It's Sapna Shah here with WeGo Kids. And today on Raising EI, I wanted to talk to you about taking action this week and doing 3 things. Teaching your kids principles of emotional intelligence, totally transforming your Thanksgiving, and starting to solve world hunger. Now I know that's a big menu to take on, but don't worry, bear with me, we'll make it totally achievable. So some of the main pillars of emotional intelligence are empathy, motivation, and self-awareness. And along with these principles, the skill of problem solving is one of the most important skills someone with emotional intelligence can have. Kids have this amazing attitude that they can solve really big problems. World hunger? No problem. World peace? At this age, it's all achievable to them. Now, as they get bigger, they start to become more worldly. And they realize the world hunger is probably not going to be something that they can solve. So they start to focus on issues that they have more control over. So in raising a child with emotional intelligence, one of the goals is to teach them how to thrive in a situation where they may not have control. So they may not solve world hunger in their lifetime, but as parents, when we raise children with emotional intelligence, our responsibility is to teach them how to take that huge problem and that's totally out of your control and flip it so that you have some control back and that you can be responsible for your own actions and let the rest of it go. So as they grow, they get confronted with situations that they don't have control over. And you don't feed that feeling of helplessness, perpetuate inaction. You hear kids say, well, I have a problem, I can't solve it, I can't do anything. By doing this, you will teach them to flip that. Take control over whatever part of the situation is in their control and tackle that and let the rest of it go. So bear with me because I'm going to challenge you to take action this week and to work with your child or your children to take action towards solving world hunger. It's a perfect time of year to start the conversation because these months are supposed to be filled with giving, gratitude, and empathy. And I'm going to continue to challenge you until the end of the year to step outside your comfort zone, to have these conversations with your kids, and I'll give you the tools to do it. So here's the challenge. Most of you are planning a Thanksgiving meal and are going to the grocery shopping in the next couple of days. So I'm asking you to cook for an extra 2 to 4 people. And on Thanksgiving, take the food to someone who needs it. So you've heard the challenge. What's your brain telling you? Well, how do I find somebody who really needs it? What if I offend them? I'll buy cans and donate them. We'll go to a food line at a homeless shelter and serve food. All of these suggestions are wonderful. Actions, I absolutely encourage you to do them. But I ask that you do this too. When teaching a child emotional intelligence, the most impactful way to teach empathy, motivation, and self-awareness is by establishing a human connection. When you can teach your children to make a one-to-one connection with a human being, it's magic. It takes them completely out of their world and into someone else's. It teaches them different perspectives. It teaches them to start to understand others. And it teaches them that they can really impact somebody's life in a positive way and that they have the control to do that in every choice they make. So you take the problem of world hunger, something that we don't know how to solve, and we flip it. We take action on the part that we have control over, and we let the rest of it go. So to get you started, so when you start to get the hard questions from your kids, because you will, they're smart kids, don't run away. Sit down, make eye contact. Talk about how you feel and about taking control in a situation where you might not have any. And feel free to comment below if you have questions that they're asking that you need help answering or you want my perspective. So to give you a head start on this challenge, I want to tell you about 3 people. There is a woman. She's a single mom to 3 kids. 2 of them are teens and the third is 5 years old. The teen daughter has heart issues, and the 5-year-old was diagnosed yesterday with a severe form of rheumatoid arthritis. He will mostly go blind and end up in a wheelchair. She can't get a break. She can't work because she's constantly in doctor's offices. She's a very dedicated mother and tries her hardest to do all she can for her kids. Her food stamp card has been cut off, so she's freaking out about food on the table, and a Thanksgiving dinner would really help. There is a family that has 2 children with complex medical issues. Their son is 4 and has lots of immune issues and has to endure many IV treatments to help him not get so sick. His sister, who is 2 years old, has been on a feeding tube since she was 2 months old, and her parents have taken her to multiple doctors and they still can't figure out how to help her. She also recently had heart surgery, and her heart muscle was wrapped around her esophagus. The children are on Medicaid because of endless medical bills, and their dad works and picks up as much overtime as possible. But if he works too much, the kids lose their medical assistance. Their mom cannot work due to the countless yearly hospitalizations. And recently, mom and daughter were in a terrible car accident, where mom spent 8 days in the hospital with a collapsed lung. They cannot afford insurance for the parents due to the kids' medical issues. Mom was released a week ago, and they are a sweet family and very much in need. And here's the third one. There is a mom who lives in Clearwater with 6 children. 5 years ago, she owned a home, but since then, she's become homeless. She can't hold down a job, and she feels the struggle every day, but doesn't know how to pull herself out of the pit. She's a lovely lady who has just lost her way, and her children range in age from 5 to 15. If any of these stories resonated with you, and you would like to include them when you cook Thanksgiving dinner, just comment below and I'll send you their information. You can post on your Facebook page asking to connect with a family that needs dinner, or you can cook extra and take the food to a neighborhood where people don't knock on doors and knock on someone's door. And when they ask you what they can do, because they will, tell them one day, whenever you can, cook Thanksgiving dinner for someone else. Please post in the comments if you're doing this challenge. Post a picture with the family with their permission. You can just write done, but share it with us, not because we're bragging or looking for recognition, but to empower another parent. That's it for us today on Raising EI. Have a beautiful day.